So DoorDash is about to let you preserve your car. Mm. How they gonna do that? They're gonna kick you out of DoorDash and bring in robots. And we knew this was coming. This is coming with a lot of jobs in corporate America, and which is why I tell people: learn your AI, learn your engineering, programming, softwares, all that stuff. Because I mean, it's the present and it's the future. There's no way around it. There's no way to avoid it. You're going to have to embrace it in some form or fashion. And DoorDash is going to make sure you do that. Now, I could tell y'all, we seen the kiosk at McDonald's. I remember going to McDonald's one morning to buy some breakfast to take to my little grand boy for his what was like breakfast one morning. Go to McDonald's and their kiosk there. Now I don't eat at McDonald's, nothing like that. But when I went in, I was, saw these doggone kiosks and people know, push the button, order your food or what have you. Um, and then the people are bringing out or whatever. Then I see all this autonomous Taco Bell, like between here and Fort Worth, where you order your food through the drive-through, whatever little kiosk, you pull up, and the food drops down like the old bank tubes back in the day. I mean, it's going that way. I could tell you about 10 years ago when they built that Bill Clemens Hospital, in Dallas at UT Southwestern Hospital. They had robots bringing food to each floor. Matter of fact, if a robot was on the elevator, you would have to wait till that robot got off, or you had to wait and let the elevator ride up to let the robot off. And it wouldn't matter if he was a patient, doctor, whoever. It's like employees, any human being could not get on that elevator if that robot was on that elevator. And now we see what is it? Domino's got a truck that brings pizza to your house, and we got is it Walmart or some of these grocery stores, Amazon are doing like drops now. Deliveries for with your packages and stuff. So unfortunately, you are going to have to embrace it. So now's the time to get into AI. Hell, it's been time to get into AI. I'm a nurse, and my goal is to go back to school and get in certain aspects of nursing that has AI and figure out what can I do to advance my career using AI. So that's what I'm doing now. That's the goal. That's the plan right now, including continue even doing what I'm doing now because hey, I got a degree and got a license. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to try to let that go and just sit there and watch the world pass you by. Because I said once, I said 1,000 times, I'm not gonna be this 70-year-old nurse with bad knees, bad hips, working in nursing homes, paying grandkids cell phone bills. Just not gonna do it. That's just not gonna do it. But anywho, automation is here. And so I saw this article from Yahoo Finance the other day. I wanted to bring it to you and bring few of these stats and see how this would affect us, especially here in the Black community. And the title of the article is the DoorDash and Serve Robotics partner to bring serves delivery robots to the DoorDash platform. You know that little thing called flipping with the robotic arm that's supposed to flip burgers, flip French fries, and whatever they want them to do in these restaurants. I invested in that years ago, and I don't know where my investment went right now. To tell you the truth. Hmm. Anyway, I need to look that up. But yeah, invested in that years ago because I'm like, that's just the future. And now it's a whole lot of ads and commercials, marketing for people to invest in that. So probably won't get a whole lot of money out of that, especially if you don't invest like big money. But an investment, nonetheless, those flippy robots. I remember back then it was just White Castle. And now, then it went to saying you got a lot of these stadiums are using Flippy, what I'm saying, to make food. And so, shoot, just think about back in the day. If you think about it, the vending machines was automation. We just thought it was a convenience. We didn't think that it was actually taking people's jobs. even the vending machines that make coffee. Now they got little kiosks in the airports to where you can buy coffee, and that little flippy arm is making coffee for you. Like I said, we saw it as a convenience. Now we're worried and we're concerned because we feel these robots are taking jobs. But hell, they was already doing it. You saw it coming. We just wasn't paying attention. But when the economy is bad and now you're seeing jobs being taken or transferring from human to robots, now people are concerned. But like I said, get into that computer, get into that AI, stuff like that, engineering, software engineering, or whatever, because all those, there's going to be a lot of jobs taken by robots. Somebody's going to have to update the software. Somebody's going to have to repair the machines, create the apps and stuff like that. Update the apps. It's got to be. So that's where you're gonna have to transition to. But anyway, let's get to the article. And it says San Francisco, October 9th, 2025. DoorDash, a leading local commerce platform globally, and Serve Robotics Incorporated, a leading autonomous sidewalk delivery company, today announced a new multi-year strategic partnership to roll out autonomous robot deliveries across the United States. So this just ain't going to be in California. This is going to be all over the United States. What should you do now? Prepare. Start transitioning. Start making plans to do something different, especially for those who does DoorDash, what I'm saying, for like your main source of income. Even if it's a side hustle. Once that's gone, what else you going to do? What I'm saying? Because me personally, I always feel like gig work is like short-term, small-time hustling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I need a couple of dollars. Let me turn on this app. Let me go deliver some food or go pick some people up, make a few dollars, enough to enough to get some gas and to buy something to eat. It shouldn't be long term. It's something I feel like you shouldn't be trying to do this no more than maybe a matter of months, or do it every now and then when you're struggling. Kind of like when I used to give plasma back in the day when I was in nursing school. Just something you did a couple of times because sure, need some money. Broke, trying to make it. That's how I look at gig work, not like it's something you can do for the rest of your life, unless you just ain't trying to do nothing with your life, and that's your little bitty hustle. And you hustle sometimes, you got money, then that hustle gone and you ain't got no money. So then you go and do this. But anyway, it said Los Angeles residents ordering through the DoorDash app from the participating merchants may have their order delivered by Serve Robot. The partnership will expand the potential volume of orders available to Serve for delivery. This partnership reflects DoorDash's broader multimodal delivery platform strategy, which integrates dashers, drones, and autonomous robots to meet increasing demand while lowering emissions and traffic congestion, and also liability. Think about it. These companies, as much as you a gig working, you an independent contractor, they still have to have some form of liability insurance in order for you to drive for them. Which is why when a person orders food through a DoorDash or Uber Eats or something, there's always a delivery charge. Even back in the day with pizza, remember you should buy pizza and they deliver it to your house. There was always a delivery charge, or you can go get it for a lot cheaper. You can get it for a lot and a lot quicker. But the delivery charge didn't go to the driver. It went to the pizza place, or it goes to DoorDash or Uber Eats, and they are not even using, but the driver using their own car. You know what I'm saying? The car does not belong to DoorDash or Pizza Hut or Pizza Inn or whatever. Let's see. It also builds on Serve's reliable track record in cities including Los Angeles, Miami, Dallas, Chicago, and Atlanta, where the company has already completed over 100,000 of successful deliveries from over 2,500 restaurants. Look at that. See, it's only going to get bigger, y'all. Quote, we're thrilled to join forces with DoorDash to help bring the future of delivery to life, said Dr. Ali Kashani, co-founder and chief executive officer of Serve Robotics. Serve has long been a leader in autonomous delivery, and this partnership allows us to serve more customers. By teaming up with DoorDash, we're accelerating our vision to make sustainable, reliable robotic delivery available in every neighborhood across the U.S. At DoorDash, we're building a multimodal logistic platform where dashers, autonomous robots, and drones each play a role in making deliveries faster, more efficient, and more sustainable, says Harrison Shee, head of product for DoorDash Labs. Think about it. Hold on, let me see. Partner with Serve gives our platform even more delivery options, expanding how we fulfill orders for consumers and merchants alike. Liability that I was thinking about. Wasn't there a story I did a couple of months ago where a person was supposed to deliver some lemon pepper wings, I think, one night, and because she not the app, but the map, I guess, the service in her phone went out and she couldn't find the address. No, she went to the people address, I think, and they didn't, for some reason, either the woman didn't come out or she couldn't find the address or whatever. But anyway, the DoorDasher left and went home, and then that person who ordered the food got pissed, somehow found that woman's address and went and damaged her car. That's a liability. That's an issue. When you got things where you got instances where people attack these drivers, steal from these drivers, steal these, you know what I'm saying, steal their money, take their cars, you know what I'm saying, and assault and harm them physically. Liabilities. So they're like, we're gonna try to reduce and or eliminate that, and we can do that by getting robots, drones, and these cars that'll pull up to you, that pull up to your house. DoorDash is world-class logistics infrastructure combined with this autonomous delivery platform, the system that helps optimize various delivery methods like drones, robots, and dashes at scale, makes the company well positioned to commercialize autonomous delivery. Adding leading autonomy providers like Serve is essential to this approach, enabling DoorDash to match orders with the most effective delivery method and helping to drive increased demand for local merchants. And it said to learn more about DoorDash Labs, click here, learn more about Serve Robotics. Say visit the website, but you can go down and tell you about DoorDash. It says it's founded in 2013, expanded over 40 countries. By Serve, spun off from Uber in 2021. Oh, AI powered low emission sidewalk delivery robots that endeavor to make delivery sustainable and economical. Spun off from Uber in 2021 as an independent company, Serve has completed tens of thousands of deliveries for enterprise partners such as Uber Eats and 7-Eleven. So Uber Eats already done bit the bug. And so that means there's going to be less Uber Eats drivers and 7-Eleven. Serve has scalable multi-year contracts, including a signed agreement to deploy up to 2,000 delivery robots across multiple U.S. markets. And you can imagine Serve won't be the only one. It's going to be other companies getting into this. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I wonder how I could start like my own delivery service using drones. Because I think that'd be great. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you probably could like find like a little small mama pop store. Don't charge them a lot. You know what I'm saying? And use your drone just to do locally, just to get started, make that little bread, and then expand. But you got these companies that are expanding so fast, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? It may not be feasible, but it's something to think about. But what I want to do is, I want to see, I want y'all to understand about this gig work and how it's not sustainable. Never has been, never will be. And this here is just an example why with the Serve and DoorDash. So what I want to do is go over some statistics right quick, and y'all pay attention. Now, this is it says like overall U.S. gig worker demographics, because I want y'all to see who is actually these gig workers. Now, this is sourced from the Pew Research Center, J.P. Morgan Chase Institute, Cornell, ILR School, and DoorDash's own 2024 Economic Impact Report. It said a total gig workforce in 2024, 23 to 25 million Americans do gig or platform-based work each year. That's about 14 to 16% of all workers. Think about it. They say the black community only is only about 13% of the country's population. So think about it. So this is like saying, in a nutshell, every black person in America doing gig work. Just look at it like that, just for our standpoint. In the gender, 55 to 60% of men and 40 to 50% of women. But delivery services like DoorDash have a higher male share, 70%. Interesting, because I would never thought that. Because like down here where I live at and where I work at, the majority of the people that I see delivering are women. But I mean, I see a few guys, but I don't see a whole lot of men doing this. I see mostly women. Let's say the ages, the majority are 25 to 44 years old. Let's say from 25 to 34 is 35%, 35 to 44, 30%, 45 to 55, 54 is 15%, 55 plus 10%. God, I hate to be that old doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's because if you ain't got no money, you ain't saving no money, they ain't got no savings. Bills still coming, medical expenses still coming. That's why we got to eat better. Just got to eat better, got to exercise. Because when we get older, shoot, our body's only going to do nothing but break down more if we don't take care of it now. Now, race and ethnicity across major platforms. Now, here's a kicker: 41% of it is white, 27% black, 20% Hispanic and Latino, 10% Asian, and the remainder are multiracial. Now, you might think, see, it's more whites than blacks and Hispanics, but are you really paying attention? Because it says black and Hispanic workers are overrepresented in delivery gigs compared to their share of the total labor force. Overrepresented. Remember, we are only supposed to be 13% of the population. Any other jobs, any other major careers, we are well underrepresented when it comes to like careers where you can retire, make good, decent money. We are underrepresented and stuff like that. But for gig work, something like this, we are overrepresented, and that's not a good thing. And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. It's a education. 40% have some college or associate's degree. 25% have a bachelor's or higher. I can understand some college or associate because you're trying to get through school. Like I said, when I was trying to get through school, shoot, I was like I said, going in like giving plasma. Come on, I only did like a few times. I don't make it seem like I went every week and was just giving plasma. I think I went 2 or 3 times. And that third time, second or third time, whichever one it was, I think it was that third time, it didn't work because like the machine stopped. Because I mean, I got my veins aren't that big, so it was like for some reason the machine didn't work, and that was the last time I did it. Because I remember trying to give blood one time, and they got that needle, final vein in my arm, and then that blood came out probably about that far, and it stopped. That was it, and never tried it again. So so like I said, I can understand that some college, because you're trying, like I say, trying to get through college. 25% have a bachelor's degree or higher, probably a degree in underwater basket weaving or something that's not really paying bills. You understand? Because there's a lot of people with bachelor's degrees and ain't making no money or don't have a job because of the degree. They got a degree that's not really sought after. 30% have a high school diploma or less. I would have thought it would have been more than that, but I get it. It's a location type, mostly urban, suburban. 80% live in metro areas. Rural participation is growing, but smaller. About 60% do gig work in addition to another job. 40% rely on it as a primary income source. And that's sad because it's not the money you think it is. I mean, it feels like it's kind of like a dope dealer or somebody who gets paid cash for something. When somebody sees cash, hell, somebody sees cash, they get big eyed and they think, "Oh, great, I'm making a lot of money." But really, on the back end, you're not. Hell, I used to do what do you call those vendor shows, like pop up shows and stuff. Did a few of them for like a couple of years, for a few years, and it's like when you get hyped up, you pay your little fee, you get there, you make your money. Most time, unless you got some hellified products that people want, uh, you may break even. You may get a little more, but then you keep doing back and forth. you're not gonna make that money like you think you is. Every time you get a sale, you hyped up, but then you look back and you think, damn, well, the money I paid for the table, the tablecloth, uh, the booth fee, hell, buying something to eat, buying stuff from other vendors, and then like selling my own products, you don't make a whole lot of money. But now that person that's throwing that event is making hella money. You see what I'm saying? So you can look at that the same way you look at Uber Eats and DoorDash. The people that own DoorDash making hella money, but you are not. Like I'm gonna get into in a minute. So it's a median annual earnings 25,000 to 35,000 a year after expenses, ranges widely by city, hours, and vehicle type. Now this says DoorDash specific demographics: 6 million active DoorDashers in 2024, 90% DoorDash dash less, 90% dash less than 10 hours a week. Like I said, it's like I'm gonna say like a Dauphine hustle. Like seriously, somebody need a little quick money. Let me go do some DoorDash, get enough money to buy me some, do what I need to get real quick, and then go on about your business. Because we just make that statement trying to be funny. That shit, even a Dauphine to get out there and make $20 a week, a day. So I mean, shit, if you can't get out and make $20 a day, man, you gonna tell me that you gonna let a Dauphine work harder than you? Well, now they got DoorDash. And it's at 10% dash full time. The average age is 33 years old. The gender, 59% male and 41% female. I might can rock with that. Like I said, but I see more females where I live than I see guys delivering. Race and ethnicity: 33% white, 28% black, 22% Hispanic, 13% Asian, and 14%, 4% other. Now remember, overrepresented in the black community compared to any other like say jobs or like major big money jobs, careers and stuff. They say 60% have some college education or higher. Top motivations: flexibility, extra income for bill or debts, which again may not be what you think. Childcare time freedom, I get that. Job loss or limited full-time work options. And that's those people that can't keep a job, get a job, lose a job, quit a job, stuff like that. Probably want to smoke weed all day. You know what I'm saying? So they go do something like this on their spare time. So gig workers are disproportionately from minority and lower income backgrounds, often using gig work as a bridge job or some side hustle. Single parents and students are a growing segment, especially women dashing part-time during school hours or evenings. I see that a lot. Full-time gig workers doing Dash, Uber, Instacart, etc. daily are more likely to be male, have lower formal education levels, be from urban high-cost regions, Dallas, Atlanta, Chicago, really. Lack access to traditional benefits like health insurance or paid leave. That's what's jacked up about it. Black gig workers make up a higher share of food delivery platforms than of ride share. Many report preferring DoorDash and Instacart for safety and independence. I get that. Sure, I don't like my kids riding in a Uber car at any time. So shoot, I can imagine, but because you have so many stories of, like I said, people getting robbed, cars getting stolen, they getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Getting sexually assaulted, whatever. Because doing this job, it's dangerous work, man. Even if you are not picking up people deliver food, you still got to be in contact with people. Pizza delivery guys used to get got a lot back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Get an address of a house that's abandoned or like where a house used to be, and they walk up in there and get robbed. So it's the same thing. Latino workers have a large presence in some best states like Texas, Florida, California, Arizona. Asian workers are more represented in dense urban markets like New York, San Francisco, Seattle. White workers are more represented in rural or suburban areas with fewer delivery zones. Why people stay in gig work? Flexibility, fast entry, direct pay and independence, side hustle income. Most report less than 10 hours a week. For some, barriers to traditional employment, disability, criminal records, layoffs, etc. Like I say, it's just a lot of times it's people who can't get another job or can't get a job for whatever reason. So I'm gonna do one. Gonna look at one more set of stats, and then I'm gonna let y'all ride. So if you're doing, I'm not even gonna look at the 40 hours a week because, like they said, not even 10% of the people are doing this for 40 hours. They're doing it for like part time. So let's say part time DoorDash is 20 hours per week, income and expenses. So let's assume average gross earning $20 an hour, including base. But this is $20 an hour. That means you delivering hella. Because what they say that I talk to somebody who delivers it, who does DoorDash and stuff, and they say that what they'll when the order pop up, I think it'll show me that like a $2, $3 minimum. Like it'll show you that's what your minimum tip is. The minimum you're gonna earn is $3. So if you do the delivery, you may get more. You may get five, may get 10. Me myself, I try to give anywhere between $7 and $10 because I know this is their job. I feel the same way with waiters and waitresses. It's like I know what y'all don't. I know what y'all make. You don't make a whole lot. So I mean, I always say when I go to a regular restaurant, your tip starts out with $20. That's the starting point. Now it can go up or it can go down. But if you give just basic service, you know what I'm saying, no negative attitude, you know what I'm saying, you I can see your face, you ain't gone for like 30 minutes and come back, $20 yours. But now you go above and beyond, great presentation, you know, get my water immediately, ask for my drink immediately, appetizer immediately, food, everything, and you back and forth. Now I know a lot of times it's a little harder because staffing shortages are everywhere. But if I can see you going above and beyond, if you working your tail off, going everywhere. Now, if I see you and you going everywhere, working above and beyond, that can also increase your tip because I see you out here working. But if you got tables and you ain't, and I don't see you, I don't care if you're short or not, I don't see you at my table or at somebody else's table. That's when that, or you come, see you one time, take my order, and you get my tip, my bill, and gone. Nah, that tip gonna be small, and then you're gonna be pissed. But I mean, you ain't did nothing. I ain't seen her all day. But anyway, so we talking about, I guess that $20 an hour, hours per month. 20 times 4 is 80 hours per month. Let's say 20 hours a week. And I guess that's a good number to use because Trump say if you still want your benefits, your food stamps benefits, you got to work 20 hours a week. So I guess I don't know if this account though. But anyway, gross income $1,600 a month. If you work 80 hours and make $20 an hour. If expenses, gas, wear and tear, maintenance, $200 to $300, depending on how far you travel. That's they talking about per month, right? Car insurance, registration, small repairs, $75 to $150. That could be in the beginning. Like I said, if you don't do this for a long time, but then it depends on your car. If you driving and let's say you got an oil leak or you got a water leak, you know what I'm saying? Your tire, you went and bought them tires from the used tire lot. So, and it's hot in Texas, them tires gonna get smooth quick, or them May pops gonna pop on the highway, on this hot highway. And you running the air, gas, you running all day. I work full-time job, drive 20 minutes to work every day. 20 minutes, less than, so what, 40 minutes? 40, 45 minutes. I say less than an hour to and from work. I fill my truck up once a week. I'm good. Now, if I'm sitting here driving all day doing this, you're gonna be filling up at least 2, 3 times a week. Gas ain't cheap. So for this thing to say gas, vehicle wear and tear and maintenance, $200, $300 a month. Shit, are if you are putting gas in your tank, filling up at least twice a week, we talking what, $50 maybe a week, every fill up. So about maybe about $100 a week on gas. If you're doing it a lot. Now, if you're just doing it 20 hours, I give you $50 a week on gas. So maybe $200 just in gas alone. But when them used tires go out, and they go out a lot quicker than than store bought. I mean, like, major brand discount tire stuff like that. Dealership, yeah, they're gonna wear a lot quicker. You got to change the oil in your car a lot quicker. You got to put gas in your car a lot quicker. So I'm looking more at like anywhere from $300 to $500 a month just on maintenance. And then once stuff start tearing up, that's when it's just gonna snowball. Car insurance, registration, small repairs. I don't know what a small repair would be, but car insurance, gonna be about 100 something dollars by itself a month. Taxes, self-employment withholdings, 15 to 25% if of net, say 150 to $300. Rent, 1,200 to 1,600 in Ellis County. Man, nah, it ain't that cheap. Nah, it ain't that cheap. It's gonna be anywhere from 16, 17 to start on up. Like seriously. And you might get like a one efficiency for maybe about 12, 1,500. But if you got kids, nah, that ain't it. Because they say the majority, they say like the number of single parents is rising uh, with this. Utilities, internet, phone, 100 to $200 a month. Yeah. Food supplies, miscellaneous, 200, 300. Yeah. Health insurance, others. That's if you get health insurance. How you gonna get health insurance for $200 a month, man? You might be. Where can you find that at? No, ain't no way in hell you gonna find insurance for $200 independently. That's that Cobra gonna run you by 6, 7, $800 easy. Oh, probably every 2 weeks. Nah, that's definitely wrong. So when you put it all together, when you grow 1,600, your expenses, these expenses, it's gonna tell you it's 2,750. So you got a shortfall of $1,150. Now, mind you, this is done on a part-time level. You may have another job, and you just using this to supplement a little income, like I said, to pay other things off. Then, I mean, there's going to be a surplus of money, but the wear and tear and damage on your car is going to eat all that up if you do this for too long. This is nothing that's sustainable. And in the meantime, you need to be trying to find something. Use it like I did it. No, I didn't like I said when I was giving plasma. Use this to use it for going when you're going to school. You need money for like tuition, or you have to taking certain classes and they only have them available certain times, and so you have to go. So you can't work at that time. So use a job like this, you know what I'm saying, to work around your schooling while you going to school for AI and engineering and stuff like that, so you can take advantage of the stuff. So you don't have to do this forever. It's a doing DoorDash part time is unlikely to fully cover all living costs by itself in many places, unless housing is very cheap or shared. It can serve well as a supplemental income, help with bills, pay down debt, etc., etc. To make it viable solo, you need to minimize fixed costs, cheap share housing, low car expenses, and try to increase your hourly year, peak hours, bonus stacking with other delivery apps. But here's the thing. Like I say, this stuff is about to be out. Give it a couple of years. AI, this technology is moving at a rapid pace. You may think, oh, it's going to be some years down the line before that stuff take over, but uh, technology improves so quick now. It's not like the old days. You remember back in the day with video games, you had the Atari in the 70s, and then Nintendo came in the 80s. I think Sega Genesis came, what was it, early 90s. And you had the box, was it the box, the cube or something like that? But anyway, then you had the PS1, and a few years later, it was a PS2. Now they're coming out with PlayStations like every year almost. Cell phones, they're making them every few months. A new cell phone is coming out. These AI glasses are coming out. Man, technology is moving pretty doggone quick, and and so it's not slowing down. So you got to stay either with it or ahead of it, because if not, you fall behind. You're gonna run out of little jobs to do. Because once they take this, then what you gonna do? What other kind of gig work you gonna do once they take this from you? So that's the question. But like I said, our people, we gotta get away from this. And we gotta do other things to try to make money, increase our earnings. Cause that's our problem. We like to stay where we at and think, well, hey, I can survive on if I could just make it till tomorrow, I'll be all right. But we got to get out that. We got to be like, shoot the hell with that. Because like I say, in a few years, man, you're gonna be in your 70s and 80s and you ain't gonna be able to do this no more. Even if it was still available for you, you ain't gonna anybody shoot, you ain't gonna be out there no 70, 80 years old delivering this stuff at 8 o'clock at night. You shouldn't be. Shouldn't be doing 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, this is just a warning. So all my people who acting like they can just sit back and got plenty of time to do whatever they feel they can do, because nah, you don't. We don't. We got to do better. So get you some education. Like what was that? What was that apostle? Apostle, I can't forget. Remember her name. I did a video on her. Apostle Baker said, "Get out there and get you a job. Get you some education." You know what I'm saying? Get you a job and get you some education and do something. Make something out of yourself. Got no choice. A little stuff like this is gone. Hell, like I said, you can still be in DoorDash. You would just be the one who is updating the software, creating the apps, and probably controlling these cars making these deliveries. That's what you need to be looking for. But anyway, tell me what you think about this. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those four things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I leave in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.